Captain on 0, bench guy on 9. Friends in the group chat, talking like kings. I'm stuck in the basement, breaking my screen. Delete the app before it breaks me first. Every trade I tap just makes it worse. I swear I'm done. I swear I'm gonna snap if one more player tags his calf.
Yes, good evening. Welcome to Off the Bench, NRL SC Off the Bench podcast on this, well, I don't know where you are, but it's very chilly where the hell I am. It shouldn't be because I live on a very sunny spot, but anyway, it is chilly and cold tonight. We're here to bring you all the happenings of the TLT round 17. And of course, I'm joined as usual by Rosco. How are we going there, Ross?
Yeah, good afternoon. You're not wrong. I'll tell you what, it's a bit fresh today. I was about 8 degrees where I am. I felt like it was about -2 degrees with the wind, but yes, you're certainly freshening up a bit, that's for sure. But can't complain. Just apologies to everyone for not getting a podcast out on Sunday night. We were both pretty buggered after work last week. Also, too, these stupid bloody 6:15 Sunday games. I'm glad they're just about over now because just makes it a bit late for us to record when we're both up early in the morning. So apologies for that. But we're back. We're here for round 17 TLT. Brad, just quickly before we roll on to the teams, just a couple of shout outs that I wanted to do quickly, just in our overall leagues for Off the Bench. Massive shout out to Joel Thompson, coach of Alibaba Ignots. He's currently sitting in 6th overall, 136 points off the lead. Made some good ground on the overall leader last week who didn't own Suafei logo. Joel had him and captained him and put out a massive score, so he's moved up to 6th. The next one, shout out to Karen Davidan, coach of Special K, sitting in 53rd overall, and one of our own, Kyle London, coach of Sharp Brown, sitting in 94th overall. So those guys are absolutely fine, and shout out to Davey too, Bigger Stickers, who's just outside the top 100 there in 148th, and our admin league is absolutely flying at the moment. Brad, last we were 13th, back to 16th now, but still fair effort. Couple of stranglers in there holding us back a bit. Won't mention any names and put anyone on the spot, Brad. But Tim, if you're around, lift your bloody game. Poor bugger, Captain Jackson Ford last week for his massive 26 points.
Look, talk about deleting the app. I mean, we saw it in all the chat groups and that. The poor bloke was devastated, and he was deleting the app. He was throwing his phone in the pool, the works. He was going off. He was going ape shit. But this is what Supercoach is like, and Tim knows that. Yeah. And it's happened to me. It's happened to all of us. I mean, me at the beginning of the year, captaining Turbo for 17 points or whatever he got in that game, it was just like, oh my God, But Supercoach is like life. You go up and you go down, and that's why I really love it. It's a lot of unexpected. You can think you're the best. You can think you're king shit, but Supercoach can bring you right back to earth real quick.
Absolutely. I mean, look at you, for example. So I'll just quickly go through my score from last week. I got a 13.51. I captained Suafei logo. Very happy with that. Moved up to the rankings to 37.85. But Brad, you beat me and you didn't captain Suafei logo, and I did you. So you had a great round. What could have been if you had a captain Fay logo?
Well, I had a couple of ones there that there was a couple of things that could have gone a lot better. And the worst bit is about an hour before the game, not even that, about half an hour before the game, I took it off Fay logo and put it on Dylan Edwards. But thankfully Dylan Edwards somehow got 72 points for doing absolutely jack shit. In fact, you look busted if you really want to know the truth. So anyway, that's the way it goes.
He didn't seem to run the ball much either, did he? I mean, I know there was a lot of people he was heavily traded in, and I kind of get it because he does seem to score well without Cleary, but I just think for me, as I said last week on our pod, I think it was, there's just the upside's just not there for me without the goal kicking, because last year he had a lot of massive scores without clearing that team when he was goal kicking, but I couldn't do it. I don't hold against anyone for doing it, but he just seemed to be just run to the line and just sort of offload the ball. Wasn't really making the runs he usually makes. Not like Suafei Logo. I mean, like you compare those two fullback games between those two, and oh my god, like that was just absolutely nuts, wasn't it? So yeah. But
all right, quite a few joining us already. G'day, Shane. Thank you very much for joining in and leaving a comment there. Mad Mikey Mike. Mate, St George have been unlucky lately, but that's the story of their year. Joey is picking on Timmy. What's to be expected, isn't it? That's what always happens with Joey. All we have to do, though, is just mention the Roosters and how they're going. Although they did have a week last week. I'll give that to you. Yep, so he says, of course, Timmy isn't here when his Broncos are taking on the mighty Chooks Roosters by 40. And Davey, biggest thickest, has come to the defence of Timmy, saying, leave him alone. leave the poor guy alone.
Yeah. Where is he? Have we seen him? Have we still haven't spotted him, have we? We don't know where he is. He's I think last I heard he was somewhere in the vicinity of Winner Manly area getting a pedicure, I believe. I'm not sure if anyone can confirm or deny that. I'm not sure.
It could be down at Broncos training, having a spy over the fence, just seeing how they're going. If you are Timmy, give us a shout out, and we'll take it from there. We'll just see how we're going. All right, so we better jump straight into this. We better get into the.
You probably should, eh?
We better get into the round that's coming up. I don't know what to think about this first game, Eels versus Rabbitohs, Ross.
Yep, Thursday night footy is back. It's the Eels against the Bunnies. For the Eels, Mitch Moses returns from Origin duty. Ronald Volkman switches to 5/8, and Josiah Papali'i slides to the bench. For the Rabbitohs, Cam Murray's back on deck after missing for Origin. Other than that, obviously the big news today was Latrell is out. Latrell was in training yesterday, did a calf injury, and he's now out for a minimum of 4 weeks. So massive loss, not only for the Rabbitohs, but also for obviously for the Blues as well. Because for me, I would have had him come straight back into that team if he was fit and firing. I just think he's that sort of X factor player that the Blues need, and it's a massive loss that he's not there. As I said, not only for South, but obviously for New South Wales as well. I guess there's not really much to talk about here. One I want to speak about, Brad, I thought he might have been higher on the trade-in list this week, which we'll go through shortly, is Latrell Seagwell. Now, I know that he's already gone up a fair whack in price. He's about 400 and something K now. He's still got a negative break even. With Latrell out for 4 weeks minimum, could be longer. I know it's an awkward position. You could bring him. I'd probably have him at flex if I was bringing him in. I certainly wouldn't have him at halfback or 5/8 unless maybe you're offloading someone like Ethan Sanders for those who have still got him. Do you think he's still a trading option this week at all?
It just depends upon your team. Is it for me? I'm going to be going with 2, if not 3, gun halfback, which means I can't fit him at fullback. I want at least 2 gun fullbacks there for the run home. And I'm positioning all my players now for the run home. So if I can't, if he was available at CTW, I would. A lot of questions, and I did. My inbox had a lot of questions about this. For those people who don't realise, you can't get named in more than 2 positions in Supercoach. So, although he's playing in CTW, he's already named at fullback and he's already named at the position of halfback, which means we can complain to Sangster as much as we like, but he can never get that CTW this year.
Yeah, correct. Is there anyone that you're interested in all from this game? Like I noticed that Talis Duncan's been named in the centres again for those who have got him. Colin Matangi, your thoughts of him as an option this week, and probably tying David Fafita with that as well. Either those, given Souths have had all their buys now, do you like either of those options as a trade-in for those who have still got KPP or looking to trade out forward?
As I said, we're looking at the run home now. So I've got Keon Kolomatangi. I probably won't play him this week. I'm not sure yet whether I'm even going to play him, but we can talk about this too. Your sit start this week is critical.
Yeah,
because you got a full deck of players everywhere. You're going, fuck, who do I sit and start?
Yeah.
David Fafita, if you think that he is going to be one of the 6 or 7 better second row forwards and you'd like to finish the year with him, buy him now. Absolutely buy him. Talos Dunker's really interesting. His price is still going up, although he's getting quite expensive now. Next week, he's going to be named dual. Sanks has already said he'll definitely get a dual listing next week. So he's going to be CTW 2RF dual.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And I'm a Talos Duncan owner. And I have been since I got on him at about 420K. So, yeah.
That's very handy, and that's actually going to tie in with another player that we're going to speak about later on in the TLT as well, from another game that's back from injury as well.
All right. So the next game up is Titans versus the Bulldogs. Now, quite interestingly here, I mean, you just mentioned about the centre position in New South Wales. Stephen Crichton has now succumbed to that injury, which he basically battled through all of last week against Manly. A shoulder, isn't it?
No, he's playing. He's named at 5'8".
Oh, that's right.
He swapped with Burton in the game last week too. Just wasn't.
Right.
Named. He was named in the centres, but they've actually named him in 5'8" this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you go for it.
All right. So for the Titans, Tino's back after being rested last week. Chris Brandle's back from concussion at lock. Cooper By's out with a Cat 1 HIA. Cleese Haas shifts to the 6-man bench, and Jensen Tonamapia has a season-ending injury. That was an absolute nasty one, seeing him get stretched off that game. That did not look good at all, that one. Jaden de Groot comes onto the wing, otherwise unchanged backline. For the Bulldogs, obviously the move happened last week with Critter will play 5'8", and Matt Burton to the centres. So Tilly Tupanua, massive loss for the Dogs, Brad, because he was absolutely flying. He's out 6 to 8 weeks or something. It might even be longer with a hamstring injury. Josh Curran will start in the back row, and Hopoy will drop the bench. Jacob Preston's listed amongst the reserves, so he could possibly return this week, or if not next week. They need him back after losing Satili because he was having a massive season. He was absolutely killing it on that edge, and I know a couple of people actually traded him in, and I'm just going to name drop the bloke, Paul. I know, Paul, you'll be tuning in, but get this, Brad. So 2 trades this bloke made last week, right? He traded in Satili Tupanua and Jackson Ford last week, and now they're both out for the season, basically.
Oh, man, that's cruel.
What do we want to talk about here? Anything here that interests you? Obviously, Carraz is an interesting one. I don't think I can go near him, mate. I don't know how he keeps making it through these games. He was limping badly in this game last week that he played in. Jaden Campbell, obviously, for those who are still looking for an option, he'll get dual position 5'8" halfback next week as well, which is going to be very handy for myself. Arama Howe, for those who have held on to him, I know Timmy still has him and a few others that just have still got him. He's gone massive the last couple of games, so well done to those who have still got him. He's got a couple of 90s the last 2 weeks, but and can you believe it? He's actually got a negative break even now, so he's actually going to start making cash again for now.
And I've seen some people trading him in.
No.
Give yourself an uppercut.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, because once that HIA for Cooper Bye is over, Howe will go back to the bench. Randall will go back to the edge. And Arama, he's just too much of a defensive liability. He's good, but he's a defensive liability there. But that being said, the 2RF for the Bulldogs looks incredibly weak. God, that's weak. Josh Curran, Jamin Salmon, and Harry Hayes. Is that just disgusting or what?
Yeah, it's not great, is it? Don't be surprised either if Kurt Mann doesn't starting at the hooker. He did last week as well. He did a swap with Bailey Haywood. I'd actually like to see Bailey Haywood playing at lock myself. I just don't rate him as a hooker. I never have. I don't know what the hype was about him at the start of the season. I know a fair few people got on him, but I just don't see him as a hooker at all. I'd be running him in lock position. But yeah, look, the Dogs are struggling massively at the moment. They obviously had a good win against your Manly, wasn't it, last week that they won?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Obviously on the back of old mate Fogarty not being able to kick field goals to save his life, but But other than that, I don't think there's too much to talk about here. We'll talk about Oliver Pascoe and the trade-in, trade-outs when we go through that one later.
Okay, well, that was the one I was about to quickly mention. Just a quick shout-outs. Mark Hindle last week was hard. Yes, it was, man.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky.
Hayden, g'day, Hayden.
Hayden?
Mikey McGaw. What has he got to say so early? Getting his nails on the World Cup finals for Timmy.
Yeah, he's getting them painted yellow and green for the Aussies.
And Dave reckons that Timmy has left the country. Oh, it's a power wearable.
Poor Timmy.
Poor Timmy. I have to take that one off the screen. I can't leave that one there.
Oh, yes, you can.
He'll be devastated. All right. The next one.
All right. What do you got? Second of the Friday night games. Broncos against the Roosters. For the Broncos, Reece Walsh, Kadoni Staggs, Payne Haas are back on deck. Adam Reynolds was out with a calf injury. Ezra Mims out with a shoulder injury. Ben Hunt will take over as halfback. Xavier Millison moves to lock to accommodate Haas's return. Blake Moser is the new man on the bench, taking over from Ezra Mam. And for the Roosters, just the one change. Hugo Savala's back from concussion. Billy Smith will slide to the wing. And Tommy Talau back to the bench.
Oh, there I am, back again. Yep, I was listening.
Anything here to talk about? There's one player that I know is very highly traded in this week. We can either talk about him now or we can wait for the trade in and trade outs. It's up to you.
Was that the initials PH?
No, he's one of them, but the other one's the Alphabet Man.
Well, yeah, I mean, how expensive? I'd have to have a look at that one, a good look. But Payne Haas is certainly the other one that's $630K. If
you've never seen that cheap, will you?
Yeah. You expect him to finish the year. I know he's going to be missing next week and possibly the week after, but now's the time to jump on at that.
Well, he's definitely going to be missing 18 and 19 because 18 will be Origin and 19 Broncos have actually got to buy. So I actually like this trading if you're playing overall and you're okay for numbers in 18 and 19. I love the trade because the way I see it is that Jackson Ford lost a lot of cash last week as well. So he's dumped a lot. So for you to go up to, say, Alex Twell, it's going to cost you about $140K to make that trade. And not everybody's going to have that, Brad. So that's good. I do like the trade to Payne Haas, providing you're okay. That you're not worried that he's not going to play, 2 of the next 3 games, though.
I actually predict the Roosters win here. And I know Joey will like me saying that. You just look at those 2 benches, Blake Moser, Ben Tolty, Orbelix, who seems to get on and get about 10 minutes. Jack, I'm going to get a head knock of Zweski, the Jets. For sure he'll get a head knock. And just look at the bench of the other one, the Roosters. Watson, Lenu, Butcher, Pateki, Waite, and Tommy Talau. I mean,
it's a good bench.
Oh.
And even in their reserves, I mean, the reserves are stacked too. They've got LaSalle. Like, they've got so much depth there, haven't they? Like, you got Taylor LaSalle, he's an out-and-out gun too. Like, you'd imagine probably the 4 that comes on there out of that interchange will be Watson, Lenu, Egan Butcher, and Fiketti. Obviously, the other 2 are there as back up in case one of the backs goes down. But, Marky Mark, Brad, talk to me about him. 686K, obviously misses round 18 with Origin, providing he gets picked. And even if he doesn't, the Roosters are on a bye. If you still got Tom Chester, I really like the trade of Tom Chester to Marky Mark if you can pull the trigger. Cowboys still got two buys to go. He dumped a heap of cash already last week. So, it's you probably don't have to sell him, but I feel like the Cowboys don't have a great run. They got the Panthers this week. Still, as I said, still got 2 buys to come. Your thoughts on that trade?
Well, yeah, I do like it. Tom Chester's really got to go if you want to protect your money. If you see Tom Chester as being one of the 7 best centre wingers in the game, then hold him. If you don't think he's going to be that, then ditch him as fast as what you can right now. I'm actually considering maybe not doing the Payne Haas move. I mean, I can do that one very easily because Joey Tapine is another one that I own. He's going to bleed money. But I've got Setu too. I can go Setu too to Marky Mark. Well, boy, won't that make me strong?
Oh, mate, that's it. That I love that trade. As much as Setu 2 is just doing a job still, pumped out a massive 80 odd on against on the weekend as well. Still looks really, really good. But I think it's time for him to go. He's obviously one of those players that's not going to be in your final team, moving forward. So I really like that trade out. It's a great trade, Brad.
No, you wouldn't think he'd be one of your best 22 players that you could possibly put out there. Now, Mikey McGaw says, with the Haas missing 2 games, are we better off to wait? Well, Ross just explained that a minute ago. Ross said that Mikey, it depends upon your team. If you're definitely stacked with numbers, but you can definitely wait as well.
Oh, absolutely, you can. Yeah.
You're going to be saving yourself about 30 grand if you do it now.
There's a world where if you've got enough depth at the moment and you've got enough to cover yourself for the next 2 rounds, there's a world where you could even hold Jackson Ford for now, right? And you could just trade him out to round 19 via duels to a gun, wait for Haas then, or go to Hudson Young or someone else, Dylan Lucas. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends on how your depth is of that team.
Yeah. Now, in on this, I mean, there's a few people coming into this for you, Mike. Joel, who we mentioned at the top of the show, is coming 6th place at the moment. Well, he says, I'm getting Haas. He's coming to the 5th place.
Yeah.
I love your work, Joel. So if you want to take the advice of one that's right up there, although we're going pretty good ourselves, but not going that good. But, yeah, that's what Joel adds to that. Marty says, if you want, wait, Mike, his price will probably be high. That's all. That's exactly.
It won't cost you that much more. I think he's got a break even of about 57. So if he bangs out about a 90, you'll probably pay like 30K more if that. So I don't think you have to do it this week. It just depends on if you need the numbers or not. I mean, a lot of teams should be in that position now where sit and starts should be your main issue at the moment. Like, I don't think anyone should be struggling to field solid 18 players this week. Like, I've got 4 players this week that I've got to decide between for my last spot. So it's actually down to 3 now that Ruben Garrick's been ruled out, but still either way, like it's a good problem to have. Yeah. Really it is. And then that's when you look at your matchups and all that sort of stuff, and then you go from there and work out exactly who you're going to play and who you're not going to play.
Davey says if Timmy hasn't left the country, he will when the Roosters kick the Broncos' butt.
Poor Tim. Jeez, I'll tell you what, when he watches this later. Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry, Tim. Yeah. Marky Mark, enticing. This is from Joel, but can't quite raise the cash this week.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sort of considering, Joel, maybe going to Marky Mark rather than the Haas one. I can actually do both, but burning 2 trades this week. I'm trying.
I'd probably prioritise the Marky Mark trade over Haas. I mean, I love the matchup this week against the Roosters too for Marky Mark as well. So, and as Dave just said, Purdue to Marky Mark. I love that trade. That is such a good trade. Like that is absolutely mint. I wish I could make that trade, but unfortunately, I've got Purdue sitting in my 5/8 position at the moment, and next week, once Campbell gets dual position, Purdue will be going, and Campbell goes to 5/8 for me, and Purdue will go to someone next week. Don't know who yet, but he'll go to someone.
Now, the Dolphins take on the Warriors first game on Saturday. The back line looks exactly at full strength. Hammer, Asako, Bostock, Farnworth, Cobbo, any of them. Just play them probably against any of them that you have. Nicarima, my pod that I said a couple of weeks ago that I never got on, stupidly. Absolutely killing it at the moment. But Katoa is back. Expect those people who like a bit of a punt. I'd be having a punt on Jack Bostock or even Asako to outside him to be try scorers this week because they really missed Isaiah Katoa last week. Him being back will help that side.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yep.
So that's just a bit of a tip up there. With Flegler, Marshall King has been going well. We might talk about him. He's a possible trade in for Pascoe. Maybe. Do you like that one?
Yeah, I don't mind that actually. To be honest with you, I guess the minutes could be a bit of a concern now that they're kind of back to full strength now, though. Too. I mean, you've basically got full hookers on that bench, Brad.
Yeah, I know.
Plus, Donahue, Stone, and Schneider can all play hooker.
Yeah.
But Marshall King's just been killing it of late. I mean, that's the thing. You know, Platt and Donahue and Stone, they'll all play in the back row. I think Schneider will just be there as cover. You know, Marshall King's been getting decent minutes. Schneider might take a little bit off him, possibly. I don't know. But I do like Jeremy Marshall King as a trade in. I really do. Another one, as you mentioned in the article, to put in your little black book is Tanner Stowers-Smith as well, with Ford out now for 10 to 12 weeks. Keep an eye on him. I think even Mitch Barnett, Brad, I'm interested in this one too because he's under 500K. He played about 70 minutes last week. Maybe just one to keep an eye on as well for the next couple of weeks just to see what sort of minutes he gets. At that price, he could be a decent option to bring in as well for the run home too, I reckon.
The big problem is that a front row forward, we've only got four places.
Yeah, I know.
And if you're anything like me, you're sitting there with four crackerjack guns just about and go, you know, like me, I'm just sitting there this week going, how the hell am I not going to put a reserve on one of these blokes? You know, like it's so I like Tanner Stowers-Smith. I think I like him for next year more than this year, only because I've got no room to bring him in on my team. But he is a PPM beast at the moment. His points are way over the minutes that he's playing. So one to really consider going forward. Barnett, you're right.
Just Tanner Stowers-Smith. If you're looking for a front row forward in your drafts, go see him. I guarantee he'll be sitting in the waivers there. Go and pick him up. Yeah, you know, he'll be there. I like that as a. The other one that's been a bit disappointing, Brad, and I know that you own him, is Aaron Clark. Now, we all thought he would have been, you know, a bit of a recipient out of these bloody minutes that, you know, Ford was off after, 20 minutes last game? Yeah. And he still only played about 55 minutes. They don't seem to be giving him the minutes for some reason. I can't get my head around it. I just thought he would have been the one that would have benefited from Jackson Ford not being there, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But they do have a lot of forwards, though. That's the problem. I mean, you look at that bench. Taviva, Vayamuga, they're all front rowers as well, you know, so they've got plenty of depth, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, Joel makes the point there that the front row forward is the new fullback position.
Absolutely.
Mate, you're pretty much spot on. I mean, I've got four front row forwards sitting there now. Three of those could easily pop out 100. Three of them. And between bring Haas in, it'll be four that could easily pop out 100.
Yeah, between May, Haas, who else have we got there? Couchman. Who else have we got up there? Who else is there?
Tapine, but he's been a bit disappointing.
Yeah, Tapine might not. I don't think Tapine's going to be a keeper for me for the end of the season.
Alex Twal.
Wow. Yep.
It's just about every team has one or two sort of floating around in that front row position. I really like Nat White back at the Roosters there, back at that last game. Yeah. Nat White's, I think he's put together 3 90s in a row now. His price is expected to really rise. But and Marty says, push Twal down to
100%.
Depends on your team makeup, certainly. I don't have Twal, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I might be waiting on him if I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
Now, right. The only CMM, well, I think I'm holding to the end of the year.
I think he's gonna be a keeper.
Yeah,
he's just putting out ridiculous numbers at the moment, isn't he? 106 on the weekend. I've got him in my 5/8 position, and he'll stay there. I'll probably just run. So my halves for the run home will be Hines and Cleary, and then it'll be Campbell and T-Marie Martin at 5/8. That's me done. I'm not even wasting any more trades there anymore. So that's pretty much it for me. So I've been asked about CNK. Just don't do it. Don't go chasing last week's points. Whatever you do, just don't. Like it's like those who it's like I noticed I saw too that the bloke who got the highest score this week in for round 16 or whatever it was, he actually had Adam Pomp in your team, mate. Give yourself an uppercut. He had Adam Pomp in his team, he had Jamal Fogarty, and he had KO Weeks in his team.
Wow, just wow.
Yeah.
Looking at the two benches, you would think that. Look, I really like the Dolphins here to. I think this could be a really this could really get their momentum. I mean, they're already on the forward run. They're already in the top four. So, but I think this could really get a lot of impetus this game into their season. That bench is incredibly weak there. So oh man, they could get smashed here, the Warriors.
Do you reckon it'll be a high scoring game or not?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a few tries in this.
Yeah.
Those middle forwards there, there's some forwards there that are going to get tired, and I don't see any of Dimitri. Well, he's lucky to get 20 minutes out of him. Eddie Terramea, he's looked impressive. Nukore, it's enough.
Yeah.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing there. I think they're going to be some tired forwards, space around the middle. And they've proven that they can really defend very well, the Dolphins. It's actually their defense that's more impressive than anything.
Yeah.
So if they put the pressure on them, they could really start running in some tries there.
Yeah.
All right, the Cowboys, Panthers, man.
All right, second of the Saturday night games, Cowboys against the Panthers. The Cowboys just the one change. Liam Sutton comes onto the bench. John Bateman out. For the Panthers, Cleary, Isaiah Yeo, and Brian To'o are back. Paul O'Malley pushes back to the centres. Luke Garner, Jack Colgate, and Liam Henry all slide to the interchange. Casey McLean still out with a quad injury, and Mitch Kenny is still out with a leg injury. Wow. What do you want to talk about here? Who do we liking for the Panthers this week? I reckon they could put a bit of a score on the Cowboys this week, mate. I think they'll be looking to bounce back after their disappointing loss to the Titans last week. Well done to the Titans as well. Well done to Zane Harrison on kicking that winning field goal too. Just absolutely iced it. Well done to him. Pressure was on him, young guy too. But it was a great game to watch that one. There was two cracking golden point games there, or 1 point games that were played there on the weekend that were really good. Obviously, the Manly Dogs game as well.
Well, obviously, I think Panthers are going to win. Where do I think the points are going to come from? I'm not really sure, to tell you the honest truth. I'm not. You got Tom Jenkins up against Murray Tuilagi. He can be a bit leaky. So could Tom Chester. So Alamotti and Jenkins versus those two.
Can I just say I'm loving this. As an Alamotti trade-in last week, I am absolutely frothing at seeing that Alamotti is going to be inside of Tom Jenkins, mate, because I just love that. Like, they go to that left side so much. He could be in for a massive game. I know he doesn't have the goal kicking here, but he'll get it back round 18 or round 19, whenever they play next after that. And, I'm very happy that I traded him in for Tom Chester last week. Very glad I pulled the trigger on that one, Brad.
Well, I hate to say it, but I actually personally think Paul Alamotti will continue to goal kick. There is little whispers going around.
You're right.
Well, for you, but for all Cleary owners, and I'm a Cleary owner, I'll certainly play him, and I think he'll score well. But the rumours are he's got a bit of a hip pointer injury, and he's been playing with it for a while. These ones can be a bit tricky when kicking. So he might, in order to preserve himself, he might actually offload that kicking to Alamotti, considering how well Alamotti is kicking at the moment, and he is kicking well.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Let me put you on the spot here. So a lot of people are probably going to VC Cleary. If we find out pre-game he's not goal kicking, do you still VC him, or do you go elsewhere?
I think you go elsewhere. You can get funky this week. There's some really good options out there. Even Mark Nakawazi, right? Whack the VC on him. It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Right, because you've got a dead set certainty as the captain coming up later.
Yeah.
So, just whack the VC on someone like that, someone you think might get 3 or 4 tries. And you might just hit it. Like you might get lucky. That would be what my advice would be on that one. Yeah,
I tell you what, going back to that first game, for those who have got Latrell 2.0, Mr. Siegwald, I don't mind him as a VC option in that game against Parramatta either. Just quietly, I don't know who's going to win that one. You think Souths are going to win, but Parramatta at home, they've been playing some good footy. It could go either way, that one.
Now, if you think this is, we've been talking about the benches, and you know I like to look at the bench as far as what strength of the team goes. Just have a look at this. Scott Sorensen, Leon Henry, Luke Garner up against Griffin Neame, Matthew Lodge, and Cohen Hess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not pretty. All right, my Manly Seagulls up against the Melbourne Storm, 7:30 on Saturday. Tommy Travojevic, of course, he's back. He was back last week. Josh Falidi comes in for Ruben Garrick. Ruben Garrick is out. How that affects Leo Hopewadi, I'm really uncertain. I really haven't seen much of him play, so I'm not sure. I would imagine they'll go to Tartakula a bit more. It's a bit stronger side with him and Saab there. Okay, so the other big change looks to be in the front row, Ethan Billimore is going to start alongside Paseka, who's been starting all year. Yep.
And then you've got Brandon Wakeham's out with a calf injury. I think he's out 4 to 6 weeks. And Toby Hetherington's obviously out with Cat 1 HIA, so hence why Bullimore starting in the front row.
The Melbourne team, well, Joey Chan, he'll probably get Jewel next week too. He's another one that's going to get Jewel. I just don't really like him much, but anyway.
If you still got him, I don't think anyone's still got him, have they?
I don't think so. He did as well to start the year, but for about 3 games, and then that was the wheels fell off. But Joe Chan inside of Moses Leo,
he's still going okay, just quietly. He's still plugging along half decent numbers. Everyone sold him when he maxed out, but now he's making money again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Battle of Brookvale. Those people that go back in time and can remember the original Battle of Brookvale. Yep. Glenn Stewart punching on the sidelines, mates, with what was his name? The centre, Will Chambers or somebody, wasn't it?
Yeah. Will Chambers. Yeah.
The two of them going toe to toe at each other, and what a great! Probably the last real good punch up we've seen in a game of football where they actually use real fists.
Yeah.
Tyrone Wishart comes into half for Jerome Hughes. So Jerome Hughes owners, I'd probably consider selling. It might be time.
Yeah, 1 to 3 weeks out with a hamstring injury for him.
But we know what hamstrings can be like. It can be tricky.
Absolutely.
And Cooper Clark, Lazati, and Trent Lorero are the back 3 there in the forwards. Lazati still has a break even of around about 50. So he's either 50 or 60. So he's not necessarily an urgent sell.
No, I think if you've like I sold him weeks ago, and I'm very happy with the move that I did. But I think you've still got him now. You just hold him until round 19, and then you upgrade him to Hudson Young or one of the other guns from there.
And as I look at the benches, I'm really uncertain as to what the hell is going to happen in this game because, pretty weak bench from Melbourne and not exactly strong from Manly either.
Both benches are a bit weak, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. But that's Sherrod from Manly. He plays second row, so he might pop in there. And because Aaron Shoup, of course, is a back, and so is Blake Wilson. So we might see,
Joey Walsh will probably end up playing some time at hooker with Wakeham out too, I'd imagine.
100% he will.
I can't imagine Simpkins going to play 80 minutes, especially not in this game against Melbourne. No, it's going to be and another shout out to Stefano. I mean, he's got to be getting close to getting back into that Origin team, hasn't he? He's just been in beast mode the last few weeks, playing big minutes, just doing a job. He's, I had him and I sold him. I know you had him and you sold him too. I think Brad as well. But he's back to putting out decent numbers again.
He is, but they've still got 2 buys to come. So I think any Melbourne player is a bit of a risky sort of, sorry. And Mikey's corrected me here. Not only is Mikey bringing Turbo in, it was Adam Blair. That was who it was. Yeah. I'm pretty certain Will Chambers was around involved in it. And Joel, after captaining Sewer last week, we did mention
100%.
it. He reckons that Sewer should be a president.
Yeah.
Love it. Love your work there. Anything else for that game? Apart from
I don't think so. No.
I can't complain about people bringing Turbo in. You can wait a week, but you can also bring.
He's got a massive break even this week. He'll actually, if he could, you could actually pick him up for under 600k after this week too. So I don't think I could do it unless you're happy that you're probably not going to have him for round 18, because I'm pretty certain he's going to go in that Origin team. I've got no doubt that Daly's going to pick him. We need match winners. So I think he's going to be in that team. So as long as you're happy with him, the fact that he might not play round 18, then by all means bring him in. But I'd certainly be waiting until after Origin myself. It's not an easy matchup against Melbourne either. So I'm more than happy to wait for him on that one.
Mate, Daly couldn't pick his fucking nose.
The way I see it is that the way I look at it now is that Jackson Purdue is about 500k. So next week when Campbell gets the dual position, I can actually move Campbell up to 5'8", put Purdue to the flex position and sell flex out and bring Turbo in if he's not in that Origin team. Yeah. That'll cost me about maybe 80k to make that trade. And that'll be one that I'll be definitely doing as long as he's not in that Origin team.
That's a great trade. Great trade. All right, tell us about the Raiders and Dragons, mate.
Right, yeah, Raiders and the Dragons. For the Raiders, Simi Sasagi is finally back from his shoulder injury. Josh Papal is still out with his calf injury. Sasagi will start at centre. Seb Chris goes back to the bench. Chevy Stewart and Jakes Clydesdale, the new faces on the bench, with Dane Laurie and Jed Stewart dropping out. For the Dragons, that's the same team as last week. Sully remains sidelined with a hip injury. He was ruled out pre-matchup, in the warm-up, and Tyrell Sloan starting on the wing. Blake Laurie and King Tongia make way for Halakau and Nick, the Greek man, on the to come onto the bench. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. We're just calling him the Greek man.
Well, this is just... I look at this. I mean, well, I know I've got Mikey, the Mad St. George man, listening. I look at this St. George team, and I wish I was in the running to get the coach's job at St. George, because...
Hey, Brad, don't forget this is the Spoon Bowl too.
Well, I love the look of St. George. I really, really do.
You know, it's 16th versus 17th this game, don't you? It is actually the Spoon Bowl.
Eventually, they got to move Clint Gutherson on. He's not offering any game winning for them. So they need they just got to get their spine right. So they need Clint Gutherson pissed off.
Well, what are they going to do with him? Because he's still signed for next season, and they've got Drinky coming. He'll play fullback. So do they move Gutho into the centres, or do they just get rid of him? Like, what are they going to do? He's still on contract.
A half decent 5'8", but you would need a good halfback with him.
Yeah, but they've got Metcalf coming next season.
Yeah, all right. Well, and mate, Kyril Sloan on a wing. I mean,
no comment on that.
Yeah, it's just
no
bad.
Comment. No.
But the forwards, just look at these guys: Tonga, Couchman, Egan, Stewart, Couchman. Like, there's not one bad name I could name in any of those forwards.
How good was Ryan Couchman on the weekend, Brad?
Yeah,
93 points in about 60 minutes. He was in absolutely beast mode. I think he made about 53 tackles. I don't know how many tackle busts was in that too. Like, Toby had a quiet game for his standards, but Ryan was just absolutely in everything this game. Like, he's just – those Couchman brothers, they are the future of that club. And Hamish Stewart, absolute gun. Dylan Egan, like, their pack is so good. They have such a good pack. You're going to have Colin Matangi there next season. Yeah. There you go, Mike. Yeah, Mike, Will Chambers and Brett Stewart. That was the other one.
Yeah, so I knew Chambers was punching on in the Battle of Brookvale somewhere there. Mikey just commented on that, and of course, because we're doing St. George, he's also commented that they should be moving Val on as well. Oh man, I reckon Val could be a buy in a couple of weeks. He's getting cheap, and he's actually getting into a bit of form. So
yeah. He had a 40 on the weekend. It wasn't his best, but I can't believe. I don't know how this game's going to go. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this game, mate. To be honest with you, this could be absolutely filth. This game, honestly, Brad. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't see many points in this game at all. I don't know. Maybe the Raiders come good. It is in Canberra, but they're not exactly playing the best football at the moment. They were out to a great lead against the Melbourne. They led the Storm 16-0, and then on comes Harry the Wizard Grant, and that was the end of that.
Who is Kobe Black upset down there in Canberra? He's upset someone.
I don't know. I was actually listening to the Beers and Break-Evens podcast today, and they were saying like nothing against Ethan Sanders. Like he's done a reasonable job for them, but if they're going to be serious and make a run, because I think I read the stat that they have to win 8 of their next 9 games to make the finals, then maybe they just got to give Kobe Black a run and maybe put Ethan Sanders back in the New South Wales Cup for a couple of games or something like that, because he's absolutely tearing it up in New South Wales Cup from what I've been told, Kobe Black. So, but then who takes the goal kicking, because Sanders is their goal kicker too. So they've then got that dilemma of who takes the goal kicking, because I don't think they've got anyone else in that team that can kick. I don't know if Ethan Strange can kick goals. I don't know. There's not really anyone else there.
Do watch out for one Christian Tuakolotu down there in the reserves. He could come in
Money man.
Cyril Sloan. So I actually like that. I think that would strengthen up. Or Fagai. Fagai, too, might go back to the centres, which he is a natural centre. So don't play 2 if you own him this week. It would be a bad week to play him because there could be some changes there.
Yeah.
All right. Your team now, Ross. The Knights versus the Tigers.
Yes, Sunday Arvo up at Newcastle. This could be anything, this scoreline. But anyway, Tigers are getting some players back this week, which is handy. So for the Knights, Ponga's back, Lucas is back after being arrested. McEwen's back from a club-imposed suspension for a DUI. Fletcher Sharp reverts back to 5'8". Sandon Smith goes back to the bench along with Thomas Cant. And for the Tigers, Dewey's back, which is great timing because Jock Madden's out with a concussion. Twell's back from his knee injury. Alex Seyfarth goes back to the bench. Patrick Herbert's out about 6 to 8 weeks with a shoulder injury. Stafford Toes goes to the centres and Skelton comes onto the wing. And Latu Fainu's been recalled onto the bench after playing New South Wales Cup last week. I don't know what to say here. I mean, look, there's some big ins there for the Tigers, obviously, in Dewey and 12, but I still think that the Knights will be too good in this one, mate, to be honest with you. Should get a decent crowd up there and plenty of points in this one, I reckon, Brad.
Yeah, I think Captain Ponga is probably going to be the most captain player running around this week. It looks like a great matchup for him. Again, for those people that like a little punt, don't forget, bet responsibly. But Dom Young, Dane Gagai up against Jarrell Skelton and Stafford Toa. That's a matchup there, isn't it? Like that's where the points are going to get leaked, I feel. You might have a different look at it, but yeah, I think I probably wouldn't. Marju might have a good week, but I think this is going to be Dom Young's week to get 4 tries.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do there. Taylor May's obviously a really good defender, but whether they put him up against Gagai or they leave him up against Best, I don't know what they're going to do there. But, far out. I mean, I'm not even going to wait till we get into the trade outs, Brad, but I cannot for the life of me understand why the hell are people selling Greg Marzu this week, Brad. Ponga's back. He's already lost a heap of cash. Their draw in the next few weeks is absolutely mint. There is absolutely no reason, and I don't give a shit if you're selling. If he's your only way to get to Marky Mark, you do not sell bloody Greg Marzu for this matchup, because I'm telling you something now. I can't get my head around it. I can't. I said the same thing last week that Marzu should have been a hold, and obviously that didn't pay off because, he didn't have Ponga there to feed him, but he's back this week. So Sunday Arvo at home. There's going to be a lot of points in this one for Newcastle, and he's going to be there as part. He's going to be there probably going over that line 2 or 3 times, I reckon.
Knights by 700.
Oh, settle down, Joel. Jesus Christ. Fuck. I know we're bad, but we're not that bad, are we?
Now back to the Val last week. I don't know if everyone saw the goal from near in front that he missed. Like you said, even I would have kicked that goal. Oh, Val.
I can't believe you missed that.
Davey says Dragons should sign the Catchman boys to long-term contracts.
Well, I thought they already have, haven't they? I know they're not. I'm pretty sure they're both locked in for the next few years anyway.
Mikey'd be the one that would know.
Yeah.
Mike says even Jimmy would have kicked it with his.
No. Sorry, Mike, but no deal on that one. Tim would have bloody shanked it for sure.
And our South man, Biggest Dicker, says that South have confirmed a grade 2 hammy for Latrell, expected to miss 4 weeks. Thanks for
grade 2 calf. It's a calf, not a hammy. Get it right, Dave. Come on, mate. If you're going to be a South supporter, get your information correct.
Yeah, he did say it was the hammy. Yeah, we're on to him. We're on to you, Dave.
I'm on you, Dave. I'm watching you.
All right. Anything? What else have we got about this game? What were we going to mention?
Well, I mean, obviously for those who are selling forward, I mean, 12's obviously a good option this week, but I'm gonna sit on the fence and wait on him for a bit, just for the fact that I want to see whether he's going to go back to playing those big minutes again, because we've seen Telmay's been playing absolutely massive minutes as well at the moment. So I'm just going to wait for him at the moment, just see what sort of minutes he plays first. It's not a great matchup, but I can't knock anyone who's gonna trade forward to Alex Twello. But just beware, coming back from injuries, minutes might be reduced possibly.
Now here's an interesting one for you. If you had Fletcher Sharp in 5/8 and you also had TMM in 5/8, which one would you be playing this week?
I'd be playing them both. Because one of them is a reserve.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to play him.
No, but I would be playing both though.
Well, you obviously
put a gun to my head, and I'm playing Fletcher Sharp over TMM just on the matchup. That's all.
Yeah,
Dolphins are good in defense, so I don't expect him to, turn up in that game. I could be wrong, but I'd rather play Fletcher Sharp than TMM this week if it was down to those two.
But yeah, I don't go out buying Tony Sukar. He's still cheap, but yeah,
too late.
You're going to get sucked into a trap if you're going to be getting on him.
Well, I'm pretty sure next week or two anyway. So either him or Sione Fainu is going to probably drop out. But I was actually surprised to see that the Tafaf went back to the bench, because I thought with 12 back that he would have gone onto an edge. But I would not be surprised maybe if Tafaf starts and Pole goes back to the bench, or Bunty starts and Pole goes back to the bench. But he had some really good impact off the bench when they benched him last week. So don't be surprised if there's a change there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now a couple of questions coming in, and then we'll get to trade in, trade outs. Where are our questions? Down here. Davey said that NRL Physio has posted a hammy.
Yeah, I think he clarified it was a calf. He made a mistake. He just fixed it up. He said, sorry, calf Latrell. Yeah.
SC for life. He's thinking about Mark and Owen Paddy. Thoughts? Oh, I don't know about Paddy, mate.
I want to see consistency for minutes for Paddy first before I can bring him in. If he can get the minutes that he got last week, I think he's definitely one to keep an eye on. But I would probably prefer either Wade Egan or JMK over Owen Paddy, to be honest with you. I don't trust Ricky with his roulette there with the minutes, with the hookers. I couldn't do it.
I prefer JMK, but you've got to know that JMK probably get 55 to 65 minutes. That's your only problem.
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me, this is a hard question. Would you play Hugo? Well, it depends
on who it's going to be over.
Yeah, that's a hard question. Send us, Hayden, who you're thinking would have to be on your bench instead of him, and that we might be able to judge that one. Steve Carter, Sharp, TMM, and Bostock 1 needs to be left out this week.
Jeez.
Me
Well,
personally,
we just spoke about two of them, didn't we? Sharp and TMM. So, yeah.
I think a lot of the reason I raised it, and I've had a few questions in a few of my chats about this. I think TMM is a possible rest this week because people are having to make a decision between Sharp or TMM.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm thinking TMM actually is the one to go there out of those three.
I'm with you on that one. You know,
and with Katoa back, we just mentioned that a bit earlier. With Katoa back, Bostock is going to go a lot better than what he did last week, and he still got a base of 50. It was all base in that score he got last week there.
Yeah.
All right, so the trade in and trade out.
All right, so trade outs. We'll start at the top of the list. No, there's not much to say about this. Jackson Ford's number one. He's nearly 30% traded out in most teams. Overall, nothing to say on him. Number two is Tommy Chester. I think, at 597K, if you can get yourself up to Marky Martin, we both agree it's a great trade. Horrible matchup against Penrith this week and a couple of buys still to come. So I think we both agree that he's got to go. Probably not an urgent sell, but definitely a sell at some stage. Number three, Greg Marzu. No. We already spoke about this. Just don't do it. Number four, Sitili Tupanua. Well, he's injured. He's gone, so it makes sense. KPP's at number five. He's got to go. Now, here's the one we're going to talk about, Brad. Ollie Pascoe. What are we doing with him?
Well, I just don't think you could trust Josh Hannay in the minutes there. His minutes are... He's almost doing a Ricky Stewart as far as what the hooker minutes are concerned, isn't he? But Sam Verrills isn't even... I mean, he's listed as 19th man or something this week. I looked at that and went, fuck, I don't know what the hell's going on. So if that's the case, he could come out, Pascoe, and do like a 60-minute job again. Yeah,
I think it's a tough one to go because I know Pascoe was hooked early and didn't come back on because of some defensive reads. A couple of missed tackles led to some tries for the Panthers, and they kind of felt that I heard a bit of an interview on it, and basically the coach came out and said, Hannay came out and said that he was basically hooked on his defence, and that Verrills was a better defender through the middle and just decided to run with him with the game being on the line as close as it was. Hence why Pascoe didn't come back on. But I still think it will go back to getting decent minutes again. But it's a tough one because I don't know if I want to be wasting a trade at that position. You'd be nearly tempted to hold and maybe trade to Blakey Brayley after Origin or something like that. But because guys like JMK and that, I don't know if they're going to be keepers to the end, and I don't know if I want to be wasting a trade at hooker, to be honest with you. I don't have that, but I don't have the dilemma because I don't own him. But I'll probably just hold and wait and see what happens with him.
A BE of 82 does suggest his ceiling, though.
Yeah.
He's not going to get much more than 82.
Yeah.
So it sort of tells you that it's about at that sell point. So, who's next?
Latrell's at number 7. Yeah, makes sense. He's out again, unfortunately. Number 8, Ethan Sanders. Obviously, as we said before, those will probably trade him to Siegwald. I reckon I'd really like that trade. If you don't have the cash to get up to, obviously, Hines is on a bye this week and Cleary are going to miss the next couple of games. So I actually really like that if you are going to Siegwald. Number 9 is Helam Lukey. Cowboys have still got a couple of buys to come, and as we've seen on the weekend, 51 points in 80 minutes. That's about his floor. That's about what he's going to get you when he doesn't get any attacking stats. So I really like the trade out for him, depending on who you're selling him to. He's at 660K, starting to lose cash. So I really like the trade for him. And then Jerome Hughes is number 10. He's out with a hamstring injury, missing 1 to 3 weeks. He's definitely a sell. Again, if you can't get yourself up to Hines or to Cleary, I don't mind going down from him down to Siegwald either.
Just out of interest, do you know that Helam Lukey has the 10th most points in Supercoach this year?
I know he's right up there too because he's getting junk tries just about every game.
So it's quite interesting, mate.
Yeah.
All right, traded in. Who's getting traded in?
Rightio, Payne Haas, the man's number 1, Brad. I think we've already spoken about him already. Great price, but again, I think you can wait. The fact that he's got a break even of about 57, so unless he goes bananas, he won't cost you much more. Won't play round 18, won't play round 19 because of the Broncos bye. So, again, it's obviously people selling forward to him. And as I said, I actually don't mind this trade as long as if you're an overall player, you're happy with your numbers for round 18 and 19. And you're getting change out of the trade too.
Yep.
Number 2 is Marky Mark. I think we already spoke enough about him. I think we both agree he's a good trade in as well. Do expect him to play the next Origin game, but again, I can't fault anyone for making this trade. I think he can score really well this game. Alex Twells at number 3. I think we spoke about him already. Number 4, people are still trading in Terrell May. If you're going forward to May, just lock it in. Don't even think about it. You should already own Terrell May, let's be honest. Number 5, Brad, he's your man. Talk about chasing points. He's chasing points at its best.
Shit brick. That's his name. Shit brick. For those that don't know, I sold him. I just sold him. Shit brick. Like, the bloke has been right, there's a few of these kind of players around there. Greg Marju's another one, mind you. That any 1 week, if their week is on, they'll give you 4 tries and they'll go through the roof. And when it's not their week, they're disgusting because unlike some of the other wingers, they've got absolutely no base about them, which Shitbrick is one of those players. So he'll put up 13 points 1 week and put up 113 the following.
Yeah. And not to mention the fact that he just went up 86K. So if you had got him last week, well done. You would have paid under 400K for him and you would have been laughing all the way to the bank. But this is just chasing points at its best. Number 6 is Tony Sukker. I think we already spoke about him. Still got cash to be made. Not sure where I sit on this. I wasn't keen on the trading last week. And given that it's a week further in, I'm probably even not as keen on it as all again now. Just don't know what's going to happen with Samuel Lafayette, who comes back into that team either. Number 7, we spoke about him. Arama Howe, if you're going to give yourself an uppercut, just don't do it. Just don't.
It will end up in the bench, for sure.
No.
Sure.
He's not going to be one of those players that you're going to want for the end run. Same with Tony Sukker, so I can't do it. Number 8 is interesting. Simi Sasagi, Brad. People are trading him back in already. What's your thoughts here?
Well, personally, I would look. They've got a good run. I mean, not a great run, but they've, as far as what buy scheduling is concerned, Canberra are a good team to be on. But with a BE of 140, you've got more cash than I've got. You could certainly wait. You could certainly wait a week here on this one. Do they actually play 18 and 19? Just having a look. No, they don't play 18 even. So you're trading him 1 week, and then he's out next week, and then he's back in 19 onwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
And he's going to lose you a shitload of cash.
You can wait that one out.
Yeah, definitely. Number 9's Hudson Young. Again, don't mind this trading, but again, just keep in mind he's going to miss round 18, obviously, as well. And then number 10, people are trading in Suafai Logo, Brad. They're all back on the board. All those people who sold him, they're jumping back on board.
Well, I don't mind it. You're just correcting your mistake. Guy, if you've got him there now, he's a keeper. So you're just going to ride the train with him. He's going to be another one that on matchups will just produce some insane scores, and other times not so good. But he certainly is a game winner, and I want him for my head-to-head final. So I'm definitely holding.
Yeah, I've got him and Ponga in my fullback spots at the moment. And guess what, Brad? That's where they're staying. I'm not selling either of these two guys unless there's an injury. I'm not looking at anyone else. I may look at possibly bringing in Turbo in my flex position, but neither of those two guys are going to be going out of my team.
Yeah. SC for life. He says Brandon Smith to Owen Paddy. Well, we're just uncertain about.
Seems a luxury trade, doesn't it? More than anything. We just don't know the minutes with Paddy. Go and have a look at his minutes before that last game. He's been getting bugger all minutes. Completely, hardly any minutes at all.
It just seems so. Owen Paddy. I really don't know. Like, let's have a look here at his minutes that he's. Yes, he is minus 13 BE, so that's part of him. But his average minutes have been 18 minutes, 17 minutes, 25 minutes, 18 minutes, 22, 29. You seeing a pattern here, anyone?
That's what I said. I knew he'd been getting bugger minutes before that last game.
Yeah, last week he got 55 minutes.
Yep.
So what is making people think that Ricky all of a sudden is going to look, and he might start giving him some more minutes. But until that, he never even played 30 minutes in any one single game all year.
Yeah.
Until last week.
I will say one thing. They did look better with him on the field, with him starting over starting. What's his name? The other one. Can't think right now, but you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, you can't go on one game size sample. He could go back to playing 20 minutes next week, and then you've basically wasted a trade.
Yeah. John Wheeler, g'day, John. Thanks for tuning in, man. Really appreciate it. He's and this is an interesting one. We didn't really mention him much. Still eat to Lemmy Lemu. Well, I'll put out the disclaimer now, because anything that comes out of my mouth is going to be biased, because I like Lemmy and I am an owner. So I think I'm going to finish the year with him. I'm not so certain. But at the rate that he's accumulating money, I'm pretty happy to have him in my team, because he's getting some good scores over this period.
Yeah, I don't mind him either. He was one of the ones that, remember, I was saying to you that I was looking at trading him the other week and ended up going with Jack Williams instead. Still not too unhappy about it at this stage, but Lemuelu's put out a couple of decent scores the last 2 weeks. He's managed to get a try in both games, his last 2 games as well. But yeah, look, depending on your cash, John, I mean, Lemuelu at this time of the year is probably not going to be someone who's the season keeper. They've got a bye coming up in round 21 too. I'd be looking to try and find the funds and maybe looking to get him up to a gun. Whether that means you don't sell Satilli this week and you wait until round 19 if you can, depending on your numbers. I'd probably look to try and get him to Alex Twowell or someone else like that, or maybe go to Payne Haas via duels if you can somehow as well.
Hope that answers that for you, John. Good question, though. As I said, I like him, but probably around 21, he is what is expected to be a trade out. And I'll be getting in a keeper, because by that time, he'll about peaked in price, about $750 or so. And I don't know what his price is now. He must be even getting close to that now. Davey says that Pascoe is a watch this week. Don't play him. I think we're great.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't know. Like, I just don't know if it's worth the trade. That's the only thing.
And certainly not a play. I mean, you've got to have a much stronger 17 without having to play. If you having to play him, Pascoe, then you've got a problem in your team. Yeah.
Mind you, though, before last week, he would have been a set and forget play every week with the numbers he was putting out. But after what happened last week, I think he's just one of those ones, like Dave said, just got to sit him on the pine and see what happens.
Look, and he does outscore Harry Grant and a few other really good hooker options out there, but on his day. But will he do that over the entirety of the year?
Do the Titans play round 18 just quietly? I don't think they do they? I'm pretty sure they're on a bye.
Titans to play around 18. Oh, wait a minute. Where did I go? A bit away from him. Sorry.
I have a feeling they're on a bye.
I'm just having a look at Oliver Pascoe. So 17, 19, 20. So, they're on a bye on around 18.
Yeah.
Certainly, probably now, next week would be a time to sell him out.
Yeah.
If you can. I mean, Jaden Brayley's back. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Could be option. All right. Anything else said tonight, Rosco?
No, that's it for me. Good to see a lot of people tuning in. I think this really works, having these, doing this TLT pod at 6 o'clock. Most people are obviously home from work. So, obviously doing it live at 4 o'clock was great as the teams dropped, and it was fantastic. But it's good to see a lot of people in there, tuning in and asking lots of questions, which is fantastic. But then obviously we'll be back Sunday this week with our round 17 wrap as well. So hopefully with a special guest this week.
Hopefully. But it's been hard at this time of year, as we said. Super Bluers or Super Blue Iris. Could be Super Blue Iris. All right. He says, will Wash be back using him as my loophole? Well, he's definitely back.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been named. And yeah, so just see how we go with him. You've just got to ride the Walsh train, really. He can put up, as we've seen. What was that game? It was late last year. He's on 6 points with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
He ended up finishing with 120 odd points. Insane. That's what he's like. He can do that.
And then it was the week where everyone brought him in and captained him, and he was on like 10 points with about 10 minutes to go, and he scored got 2 try assists and ended up on about 70 points. So you'll get that's what you'll get from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd just ride the right.
I think if you've got him, you have to play him. Like you can't not play him. You have to. You just got to ride the wave. You know what I mean?
It is a roller coaster. It's a Walsh roller coaster, I'm afraid. So
it used to be the Sean Johnson roller coaster. Now it's a Reece Walsh roller coaster.
And boy, isn't it a roller coaster? Almost as bad as one Greg Marju.
Yeah.
Night legends, night everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We'll be back Sunday night. Sunday night we'll crack one out because it's a 4 o'clock game and we're actually going to be on a decent time frame. Anything else, Ross?
That's it. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you on Sunday night.